NFL Pick'em Week 9 predictions brought to you by Splash Sports. You can use code PICKASS and get a $50 deposit match. They also have a lot of bonuses for payouts. They have a lot of promotions consistently. You guys can use that. They have quick picks. They have Week 9 Pick'em contest. We have one that's being hosted right now. You guys can play along with us for this upcoming week. Now, first game, Ravens at the Dolphins. It's going on while we're recording. I had the Ravens.
We all had the Ravens.
We all took the Ravens.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Big game.
This game is closer. We're halftime right now. It's closer than I think we'd expect. Ravens feel like they're kind of doing their thing, but it's an 8-point game, 1.5.
I wouldn't say I'm surprised with how close it is.
Yeah.
Defense for Baltimore is not good.
True. Yeah, I mean, Baltimore's been able to, make some stops in the red zone, but Miami's been able to move the ball through the 20s.
And another thing, the rush defense for Miami's, it's
Locked
picking up
in.
where it left off last week. That's another thing why I'm not surprised. This game was sneaky. It's just a matter of Lamar being better.
Well, the spread is right on so far.
Okay, next game up, the Falcons at Patriots. This is a bit tricky. The Falcons can beat the Bills, then lose to the Dolphins. And Michael Penix, Drake London, maybe they might play in this game. That will increase their chances. But the Patriots are red hot right now, 6-2. So how do you guys feel about this game?
Their rush defense has also been incredible. And after Bijan just came off a stinker against Miami, I'm not anticipating to have this full comeback game, especially with how dominant the Patriots rush defense has been. We mentioned Milton Williams has been a dog. I'm going with the Patriots. I just can't get myself to pick the Falcons maybe rest of the season unless it's like the most obvious pick because of how hot and cold they are.
Yeah, I mean, the Falcons week to week, you just, like you said, you don't know what you're going to get. The fact that they laid such an egg, even with Kirk Cousins, who, listen, I know he's a backup quarterback, but I think we probably would have said he's one of the more competent backup quarterbacks,
For
right?
sure.
And he looked just dreadful against Miami to the point where I'm like, he's probably not going to get another chance to start, right? If Kirk Cousins would have went out there last week and played well, you'd be like, oh, at the deadline, he has so much money, but like, does a team take a chance during the offseason? But now it's like, yeah, nah, you're a backup, but you're done, buddy. But I got New England this game. They've looked like, one of the best teams in football over the last month or so, really since that Steelers game. Drake May had a damn near perfect second half against Cleveland. We know how good their defense is. So I got the Patriots.
Yeah, I also got the Patriots. I think just with the Falcons, you can't trust them on a week-by-week basis. They're like one of the most inconsistent teams in football. They show you their potential in 1 week, and then they drop a ball. Like they played the Carolina Panthers, and they didn't score a single point. Yeah, it was a 30-0 outing. So this team has the talent, but they haven't been able to consistently put it together. I think New England just been a hotter team.
One thing about the Patriots that you can trust every week is that Drake May is going to play at a high level. He has 7 straight games of a 100-plus passer rating. He is completing 75% of his passes, which is absurd given the degree of difficulty of some of his passes. There's definitely a lot of things in there that Josh McDaniels makes easy, gets him into a rhythm, but then Drake May is also going above and beyond and making some extraordinary throws down the field every single week. So I'm going with the Patriots here. I can just trust them more, but I wouldn't be shocked. The Falcons are just that hot and cold. Bears at the Bengals.
My least favorite pick of the week, I'm going with Chicago.
Yeah, it relies heavily on Flacco playing. He's day-to-day right now, missed practice Wednesday, practice Thursday. It's a shoulder injury, so it's something that it wouldn't surprise me if he plays on Sunday, but then you take one hit on that shoulder, Joe Flacco, he could be, all of a sudden Jake Brown's in the game, and I have no faith at all. So with that said, I'll take the Bears here. Both these teams are coming off pretty bad losses, right? Chicago, I know they weren't favored against the Ravens, but once it was Tyler Huntley, you're like, Chicago should get this done. They've been looking good. Then Cincinnati's coming off a loss to the Jets, who were winless, obviously, up until that point. But I think Chicago bounces back here. Caleb Williams should have a good game. Like, this Bengals defense is terrible. Justin Fields just lit him up. Every offense lights up the Bengals defense. So if you're telling me Caleb Williams is going to have time, he can be accurate because he won't have pressure, I like the Bears' chances.
This Cincinnati offense can move the ball, especially with Joe Flacco. They got Teagans, they got Jamar Chase. Joe Flacco has a bad shoulder, and he's an old man. But I'm still taking the Bengals. I don't trust the Chicago Bears defense. Last week they played without corners, if I'm not mistaken. And they've been an injury-riddled team. Defensively, you don't know what you're getting in that offense. Caleb is also another guy that hasn't been looking as great as you want him to be. So I think I'll take the Bengals for the upset if it is one.
They can create pressure, the Bears. They have a vulnerable secondary, so I think Jamar Chase and T. Higgins should have big days. I think this overall is going to be an offensive-oriented game because the Bengals also defensively are lackluster. Trey Hendrickson is injured right now, and I don't know if he's going to play. And then Shamar Stewart has been one of the biggest busts so far early in the season. He has contributed nothing to their football team. So
I saw some stat. Jamar Chase has more tackles than Shamar Stewart.
my
Oh
goodness.
goodness.
I think Shamar's like 1 tackle.
Yeah.
I think it was another one that said Shamar Stewart. I think another player on the Bengals have like 0 QB hits combined.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
also
Like
hilarious that
their
Jamar has
their pass rush
tackles.
is historically bad without Trey Henderson. Like historically bad. They don't create any pressure at all. I think that this should be a big game for DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai. They should establish the run. I think Caleb will play really well in this one. And the corner, I like the Bengals corner, DJ Turner. He's the one that's really flashed this year for me. But overall, it's an underwhelming unit. And I'm going with the Chicago Bears here. Broncos at the Texans.
Definitely nervous for this game. I'm going to take my Broncos. I think we're going to be better at the line of scrimmage because of how poor Houston's offensive line is. I think that'll be the difference in this game. I'm going to take my guys to win this one.
The Texans are another weird team too.
They're
I know
so weird,
they were
man.
great against the Ravens, who at the time and maybe still aren't a great defense. And then who'd they play in between? Because you had the
Seattle.
49ers. Seattle, who's a great defense.
was a
They
struggle.
struggled.
They could have won
Then
that one.
Last week, I mean, they dominated the 49ers, who I
Yeah.
know are banged up too. But listen, anytime the Houston Texans are moving the ball offensively, they're a scary team because of how good that defense can be. With that being said, though, I still trust Denver's offense on a down-to-down basis more consistently. It's huge, though, that Houston's getting Nico Collins back and PS2 is going to be out for this game. So that's a big advantage in Houston's favor. And I mean, shit, it's been a while since we've seen this Broncos defense without PS2. So who knows if it's still living up to that like elite top-end defense.
Riley Moss.
Riley Moss solid. He ain't PS2, though. But I got the Broncos.
Yeah, yo, that shit hurt. That PS2 news broke me. That's my dog.
Me too.
There was this stat that they posted, like if every one score game was flipped,
Jets would be like 5-3.
we're not talking about that.
Okay.
But Houston would be 6-0. Like that's how close their games have been. They've been in every fight for the most part. Denver, they're just so much better in the trenches. I mean, offensive line, Denver clears. I think defensive line for Houston is great, but I think that that offensive line for Denver is really good. And then the defensive pressure that the Denver Broncos line can cause with the Texans offensive line could be hell. You know, it would be much better if PS2 was playing because then you could really just bottle up this offense. But like Dell's mentioned, this offense has shown a little bit of life over the past couple weeks. Is giving you some hope. Just taking them because they have CJ Stroud. Nothing more, nothing less.
This, I think, is a potential trap game for Denver.
Here we go.
They're hot right now, and the Texans are an elite defense. But the Texans' fault, and it's going to be the case all year long, is that as long as they're going up against a competent defensive line, they're not going to be able to move the ball. They played well against the 49ers because the Niners are 32nd in pass rush win rate. They cannot generate any pressure whatsoever, and they had even more injuries in that game, and they had extreme control of the clock. I mean, their time of possession numbers were just ridiculously great against San Fran. But Denver is a different animal. Their defense can win them this game alone. I think of a similar matchup against Seattle on Monday night where the Texans played a good football game. Their defense was awesome all game
just
long.
couldn't move the ball.
But exactly, because the Seahawks defense, they actually had a competent defensive line, Houston wasn't able to move the ball at all, and they're not able to score. I think Houston's best chance to win this game is to jump off to an early lead. And even with PS2 being out, I just think that they have enough on the back end. Drake Greenlaw's coming back in this game. They have enough to win this game. They're a more complete football team. So I'm going with Denver. But
Picked up Jonathan Cooper for IDP this week.
Love it.
Zach Bond's out.
if the Texans play a good offensive football game, I will be shocked. I'll be shocked if they do it. But
A good
that's
offensive, you said?
a good offensive
Yeah,
football game.
yeah.
Yes, like
That'd be the most shocking. in the world.
even decent. Like I'm gonna be like even decent. If they string together two great offensive possessions where they score, I will be shocked because I just think that's a disparity in their
You'd be surprised if they
offensive
scored
line.
more than 14 points.
It's fucking nuts. This feels a little disrespectful.
offensive points.
14 offensive points.
Yes, I'd be shocked. I'd
Damn.
be shocked.
2 touchdowns.
Like what the fuck?
Broncos defense is great, and the Houston's offense looks so bad.
They can get 14.
If we just saw what the Broncos defense did to the Cowboys offense, and
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, they still scored what 20 points.
17.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to 10. Yeah, we'll get to 10.
49ers at the Giants. This is going to be my upset pick of the week. One of them. I'm going with the Giants here. They're at home. The 49ers are still hurt. Brock Purdy's not playing. Ricky Pearsall's not playing.
I thought Mac was better.
Ricky Pearsall's not playing. It's more so the defense. I mean, Bryce Huff is out. They're 32nd in pass rush win rate, like I just mentioned. The 49ers defense, no linebackers are hurt. Defensive line is hurt. Secondary is really not that good. It's young. And with the New York Giants, like, yeah, their offensive weapons have been underwhelming to surround Dart with. But Against Denver's defense, they were able to move the ball. Against Philadelphia this past week, they were able to move the ball. Like, one thing about the Giants is that they're going to string together offensive possessions. And if you can allow that defensive line to just go get after it, I think that it gives them this win on Sunday. But the Niners have CMC and Kittle back. So, we know what Kyle Shanahan can dial up. He's one of the best in the business. But I just like the Giants at home here.
It's not set in stone that Brock's out as of right now. That's what it seems.
He should not play on that MetLife turf.
I believe Ricky Pearsall is not going to play. I'm going to take the Niners. I think CMC by himself offensively should be enough. I don't disagree with you. I think this offense for the Giants can definitely move the ball. But I'm interested to see how it looks without Scatterbo because he obviously meant a ton to what they wanted to do and what they were doing. I'm going to take the Niners, though.
Yeah, this is another tough game. I'm probably taking the Niners, too. But you can make arguments for both sides, and you could logically neither team makes sense and both teams make sense. I think it's gonna be an ugly game. If I'm being 100% truthful, this is probably one of those 1:00 games that don't make the quad box for me. This is gonna be whatever happens. But I'll take the 49ers here.
Colts at Steelers.
I got the Colts.
I'm also taking the Colts.
I think I'm gonna take the Colts here, but Pittsburgh, make it a game.
Pittsburgh. This is one of the games that historically they lose a couple games in a row, but the Colts have just been such a powerhouse week in and week out. 7-1, best offense in football. Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor look out of this world good. I just don't know how you pick against them right now.
This shit is hard right now.
This feels like one of those games where the Steelers, after a loss, really back-to-back losses, they come out and they win against a team that nobody expects them to beat. But I'm going with the Colts. They have a historic level offense right now, and I think defensively, they're playing all right. I think that they're still very vulnerable in the secondary. And we saw Tennessee able to move the ball on them until, turnover started to gather up for them. But I think the Colts should win this off their offense alone. Panthers at Packers. I'm pretty easily going with the Packers here.
Definitely taking the Pack.
Bryce should be playing now.
It looks like he's going to play.
Yeah, that's big. I saw Andy Dalton said he's playing with a broken thumb.
We're 1 week out.
1 week out to what?
He sucked.
Packers or Eagles.
That's next week?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. It's about fucking time. I feel
Off the bye, though. Kind of tough.
We've been waiting to play out for mad long, bro. I'm excited.
Since the schedule dropped,
truthfully. Facts.
Well, I guess since he became a Packers fan, so once Micah got traded.
Oh, yeah. It made it so much.
That's when it really started.
He's finally back talking shit. It's felt like forever. He's finally back. I'm excited.
I got the Packers, man. This is...
don't lose this week.
No way they lose, right?
No.
Come in with some momentum.
We're going to be 6-1 after this week.
And then you'll be 6-2 after next week.
We'll see. Vikings at Lions.
I think clean sweep Lions, man.
Yeah, definitely clean sweep.
I don't know what we're getting from JJ.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this game just to see what JJ looks like because we haven't seen him play really outside of 6-8 quarters. How was it? A game and a half did he play? But yeah, I mean, the Lions look great.
I also need him to be good. You mentioned Forgettas in the short form. For Jordan Addison, man. Yeah. Jordan Addison's been awesome.
Carson Wentz loves Jordan Addison.
He had a crush on him.
He was amazing outperforming Justin Jefferson weekly. For a month. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
I'm going to go with the Lions. They're playing on a different level right now. Chargers at Titans. I'm going with the Chargers.
Should be with the lock of the week.
They're healthy. The offensive line's getting back.
Titans are awful.
Oronde Gadsden.
There you go, Lamar. Finally taking off.
Well, Oronde Gadsden is contributing at a high level.
He's down.
He's looking like one of the best tight ends in football.
I don't like how
the Chargers, 3-0 start, then they lost 2, and now they're 5-3. A chance to go 6-3 after what felt like a disaster.
Question for you. The 4 weapons on the Chargers, 3 receivers and Gadsden. Rank how you would start them in fantasy. They're just flexes, right? Obviously I know Gadsden's a tight end, but if you just had a flex spot, you had all 4 on your team, how would you rank them?
Just the receivers, not
with Gadsden.
Okay. You have a flex.
No Vidal.
No. Just the pass catchers.
Ladd, Gadsden, Keenan, and Quinn Johnson.
Okay. I agree.
I think so.
Wholeheartedly.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think Quinn Johnson's role is kind of taken away now. Jaguars at Raiders.
I'm going with the upset here. Off the bye, both of them, but I think that the Raiders are going to be the healthier team coming in. Travis just picked up a questionable tag. BTJ coming in with the questionable tag. We haven't really seen the run game be as dominant as it was early in the season. I'll give them the leeway of competition kind of stiffening up a little bit these last couple of weeks before the bye. Nevertheless, you get Jacoby Myers back. Brock Bowers is back now. I think that the Raiders at home as well can get it done. I'm going to take Oakland.
I'm going to take the Jaguars.
Oakland, Las Vegas, sorry.
Crying at that. I'm gonna take the Jaguars, man. I just don't think the Raiders are a good football team. Their quarterback is
They're not.
abysmal. The Jaguars need to bounce back. I feel like they need I don't want to say a wake up call, but they just need to get back on track. It feels like they've fallen off over the last couple of weeks, and they don't have that same energy that they once had after beating the Chiefs. And I think the Raiders is a good game to just get everything back on track.
Yeah, for as high as Jags fans were after the Chiefs win, if they lose to the Raiders off the bye, the low is going to be just as low as that high was. I'm still taking the Jags. I look at the Raiders. I'm still like, I think this is like a bottom 5 team in football, right? The way Geno's playing. I know you have some weapons offensively that you're getting back, but I believe in this Jaguars defense still. And you're hoping after the bye that this offense can be more consistent for Jacksonville. What I'm most excited for, interested in, is what we see from Travis Hunter, because we saw at the last game in London, a lot of it did come in garbage time, to be fair, but Travis Hunter had by far his best game of his career. And the fact that BTJ is banged up and you've gotten some coach speak from Liam Cohen saying they're getting him more involved post-bye, it'd be exciting to see him play, because when he's getting opportunities, right, a lot of it has been annoying because it's been some short game stuff, but when he gets opportunities downfield, he looks electric. So hope to see more of that.
I'm going with the Jaguars. I think post-bye, they're going to fix a lot of their wrinkles, their pre-snap stuff, where they were usually called for illegal formations. I think they'll get a lot of that stuff ironed out. And I just think they're a better football team. They have a solid offensive line. I think the run game's going to bounce back in this one. And I love Travis Hunter's increased involvement in the offense. And I think that's just going to continue to trend upwards. And the Raiders, their offensive line is just one of the worst in the league. And with Josh Hans-Allen and Trayvon Walker hopefully back in this game as well for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Devin Lloyd coming back, which he was a DPOY candidate before he got hurt. I got the Jaguars. Saints at Rams. This should be a clean sweep. Rams.
Ramley.
Excited for Tyler Shuck?
No.
Oh no.
Haha.
Getting bench for Tyler Show is crazy, bro.
Second round pick.
Second
He's
round.
30.
You're dying on that hill. I respect it.
He's older than me.
He's 30. It's crazy. He's what, 25?
Nah, I think he's like 26, bro. Let me check.
If I pay you 10 mil and you playing well and then you play bad, but I'm paying somebody else 20 mil and he hasn't played yet.
The nigga 30, I mean, like, bro.
He's 26.
SHO.
Let's see.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's 26.
Brother's
26. Just turned 26 like a month ago.
He's your age, bro. Rookie year.
He's young. I'm not old.
Nah, he ain't young. You would be what?
Well into your career. In the
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah.
He just starting his shit.
Whoop, go.
Man, Tyler Shuck, man. We'll see. Chiefs at Bills.
Game of the week.
It feels like the Bills really need this one, but I
And
think
they're
the
gonna
Chiefs
lose.
need this one too.
And they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I mean, Mahomes is gonna continue his MVP case this
Oh.
game, and
Not if Jonathan Taylor has anything to say about it.
in a regular season, the Chiefs haven't beaten the Bills. The Bills usually have their number in the regular season, but I just think that right now,
You could just say
even
this
off
team
the,
sucks.
even coming off the Panthers win, the defense is not very good, and then they don't have receivers that are difference makers either. They're the most dominant aspect of their team is their offensive line and the run game, and that's where I feel like if the Bills lean into that, they could take control of this one. But Kansas City also knows that. Kansas City against top-end running backs, they always limit them.
Yep.
They don't allow a 100-yard rusher. So I think KC is going to take control of this one. And I'm at a point with their offense, like whenever they get the ball, I'm expecting them to score touchdowns, not field goals, touchdowns. So I feel like they're going to beat the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills' defense is atrocious. At Oliver going out with the bicep injury, that's obviously a bummer because he was one of the lone guys on that team that you trusted defensively. Nevertheless, this Chiefs offense has been incredible, arguably the best offense in football. Mahomes is playing at that level. Rashee Rice getting integrated back into the offense. 9 catches for over 90, gets into the end zone. Could have had multiple touchdowns, just down at the one multiple times. Kelsey looks great also. I don't want to sell him short. He looks really good. I just think the Chiefs are playing better all-around football than the Buffalo Bills. On the road is tough. Don't get me wrong. Playing in Buffalo is definitely a challenge. But KC's playing better. I'm going to go with KC.
This is the best Chiefs offense we've seen since Tyreek Hill, right? I think having all of the weapons together obviously is a big help. Mahomes has been lights out too, not just with his arms, but with his arm, but with his legs as well. He's been super effective as a rusher. Pacheco's probably going to miss this game. He's week to week with an MCL injury, so you're probably going to see a bit more Kareem Hunt action. Hopefully, Rashard Smith too has looked pretty electric out of the backfield as a pass catcher and here and there as a rusher as well. But like you said it perfectly, Joel, this is an offense right now that feels unstoppable, right? The Colts have the number one offense in terms of all like the advanced metrics. But if you told me right now you have one drive to win the game, who do you want? It's this Chiefs offense with Rasheed and Kelsey and Worthy. They're firing on all cylinders. With that said, the Bills are far from slouches. But we've just seen over the last month, they're just inconsistent. You just don't know what you're getting week for week from them. And especially when you look at their defense, it's vulnerable.
Seahawks at Commanders. Terry McLaurin might not play in this one.
He's not.
He's most likely
he
out,
re-injured his quad.
No, they already ruled him out.
Oh, is out?
Okay, Jaden Daniels probably coming back in this one.
He's going to
but
play.
he's been hurt all year long
He has
dealing with
been.
nagging injuries. And against the Seahawks defensive line, against the Washington Commanders offense that really doesn't have a plethora of weapons that you're afraid of, there's nothing that threatens you vertically at all in this offense. Debo has kind of been slumping a little bit, and the running game is just non-existent. Like, we thought Bill could be a focal point, but the last couple of weeks,
I just cut him in fantasy in one of my leagues.
I mean,
did.
he hasn't done nothing.
I didn't have a spot for him.
You're bugging.
He's been ass.
Without Jaden.
He's been ass.
With Jaden, he was really good against the Bears.
Jaden was hurt a lot in college too, right?
Yeah, I think he did an ACL injury. Maybe?
Well, he just never got down. He got blown up.
I'm not sure about he was hurt a lot. I'd
Dude,
have to
that's a
double-check
bad
that.
move.
Dude, they played the Cowboys and he had 2 fantasy points.
He really didn't play with. Well, Jaden did not play, and yes, you're right. He didn't play.
Yeah, no, that's diabolical against the Cowboys. 2
I have
fantasy
nothing to
points.
say, but Jaden did not play.
That was my last straw. I was like, I'm sorry. I had a bench. It was basically like him or Ramondre. That was kind of my choice.
They're shopping.
Okay. That was
I
also
would
before
take the upside
that was
though.
also before the
Facts. The
no.
report. I'm going with the Commanders. They're at home. They are desperate. This is a type of game where you save your season. And I don't disagree where you come from. They've been banged up. The vibes have been off. The defense has been bad. Secondary's been bad. Rush defense hasn't been great. But Debo's back in the lineup. Jaden's back in the lineup. That automatically gives a boost to their run game. Seattle's defense has been incredible. Don't get me wrong. But they are a one-dimensional pass offense. I think Barner has a good game in this one. I think that a lot of the attention is going to be on JSN, rightfully so. It's not going to matter. JSN's going to get
They
his.
could run on Washington though.
Should be able to.
They can do whatever they want on
Washington's
Washington.
defensive line is injured.
They
to
just
a
feel like
T
they
right
can't
now.
run anybody.
It is.
though.
I just don't know if I could say that about
Confidently,
Seattle to
yeah.
anyone.
And then if they're running intermediate crossers, crossing the field, and Bobby Wagner has to keep up with anybody, he's not. So I'm going with the
That
Seattle
seemed like an
Seahawks
unnecessary shot.
At an all-pro, like doing that at an all-pro.
Did you see how bad he got toasted in the Casey game?
I don't look at him for his
I
coverage,
might have
unfortunately.
sent Joel a not nice tweet about Bobby Wagner.
Just give him another
earlier.
All-Pro. I mean, he's top 5 in tackles, so he's right.
Seattle winning this game,
I'm
man.
gonna take Commanders. I respect
Darnold's
Seattle.
playing better than
Love
Jaden. JSN is the best receiver in football
He's
right
been
now.
playing better than Jane because he's been on the field.
Oh, situations, everything.
You did just say Jaden was hurt
keep
all
that,
year.
Keep that energy.
No, he has been hurt all year, but no, I just trust the offense of the Seahawks more. I just trust their
They
rush
really
offense.
spared one guy. I love it.
Yeah, I trust
I think
Darnold
Barner's
getting the
gonna
ball
have a
to
good
JSN
game
more.
though, all things considered.
Like if you're telling me you got to count on Marshawn Lattimore to cover JSN for the
GG.
game, it's over. So I got Seattle, and they're better on the road. This defense, they're just a more complete football team. I don't see them dropping it to Washington.
Yeah, I got Seattle too.
And last game of the slate, the Cardinals, the Cowboys. I'm gonna go with Arizona here. Arizona and their combined losses have been a combined 13 points
You love the
in
Cardinals.
total. The Cardinals play everybody tough.
You
They
gotta
played
look
the
that
Colts
shit up.
tough. They played the Packers tough. And we're talking about a Cowboys team that the defense is quite literally the worst in football. They can't cover
They choked
anybody.
to the Titans.
They
bro.
they have a non-existent pass rush. They don't have very good linebackers. Like this is one of the worst defenses in football. Like I think the Cardinals should be able to do whatever they want against them. That's why I think right now this week's top waiver wire pickup is Bam Knight because people
Should
know
be a great start. Yeah.
people know that Bam Knight might have a crazy game against Dallas, and then. The Cardinals' defense is the healthiest it's been all year. Walter Nolan's going to play in this one. Garrett Williams, their standout nickelback from last year, should play in and shoot up in this one. So, the Cardinals are getting healthy at the right time, and it feels like they really need a win after losing a ton of one-score games.
Who are you picking? This is the difference right here. This week is big for us.
This is big. I got Dallas in this game though. Getting Kyler Murray back is huge. This should be his best game of the season. Would you start Kyler Murray against Dallas or Bo Nix against the Texans?
Kyler Murray against Dallas.
Kyler.
Okay, now I'm thinking about it.
No.
Okay. I'm probably gonna start Kyler. I have to make a cut though. But yeah, this should be Kyler Murray's best game. Coming back from the injury, we'll see how he is as a rusher. But we've seen Dallas's defense. They can't stop anybody. I mean, it's every single week they're allowing 30+ points. It seems like no matter who the opponent is. With that being said, I still really trust this Cowboys offense. Like, this is a unit that has proven really, I guess, just outside of this Denver game, and things kind of got out of hand for them quickly, that they're a team that is also not one-dimensional, right? Like, Javonte has been awesome for them, and then you have all of the weapons in the passing game with the big three of CD, Pickens, and Ferguson when you get around to the red zone area. So I'm trusting that Cowboys offense to do enough against this Cardinals defense. But this should be a game where both teams could be able to score the ball.
This is one of those 50-50s, man. Down one to
Dallas is home, right?
Yep.
Down one.
Kyler Murray's undefeated at
To
AT&T
Dallas.
Stadium.
Yeah.